So yes, people, and welcome back to another episode of the Ghostoul Podcast. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you so much for all the feedback we've been receiving, all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. We are still a fairly small podcast, and you guys are helping me, and it's awesome. Thank you so much for all your comments, all the likes on the videos. And yes, so here we are. We have another guest, and this week's guest is one of the most dedicated and hard-working in the field at the moment. We have Emily Paranormal.
Hello.
Hey. Hello, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I am looking forward to this episode. Hopefully we can have a lovely paranormal chat.
Sounds good to me. My idea.
Yeah. So obviously I said you're the most hard-working, dedicated at the moment. I see you every single day on social media. You're at location. You're everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's so refreshing to see that, because obviously some people, you know, once a week maybe if we're lucky, and you're out. It doesn't matter where it is, what time of day it is. You're out there, and I think it's brilliant.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. Even now, I've just come back from a walk around the local cemetery. Just, I have to be doing something, and otherwise I go crazy.
So what got you started in the paranormal? What sparked your interest?
It was when I was 13 years old, and I was my grandmother had passed away 2 weeks previous to this experience, and me and my mum at the time, we lived in a bedsit, so our little beds were sort of beside each other. And my mum and my grandma didn't have a particularly good relationship. It wasn't a good mother and daughter relationship. And I just woke up in the night and saw my grandmother stood at the bottom of my mum's bed.
Wow. And
she was so clear. Everything was so clear, but she was very young. She's not how I would have recognised her. I knew her as sort of, an old lady. But she was very young, and I almost don't know how I knew it was her, but you get that knowing, you just know it was her. And I felt lots of love and warmth from her. I went back to sleep, and the next morning I thought, did I see that? Was that real? And then I thought, if someone told me at 13 I would see the ghost of a dead person at the bottom of the bed, I would have screamed and run out of the house. But I didn't feel that. I felt love and warmth, and it was from there on I had to know, how did I see it, why did I see it, is it possible, possible to see someone that's passed? And from that age I was sort of just going to the library and getting books, sort of haunted Cambridgeshire, and those sorts of books, and then doing a bit of research into the sort of ifs and hows and whys, and then it's just a habit now, I think. I have to know.
Yeah.
I've never got an answer though. So
no, you've never. Have you seen a ghost, a spirit at all?
I've seen shadow figures, but since seeing my grandmother sort of solid as a solid person, I haven't seen a full-bodied apparition. No. I don't think I have. There was something at Hinchinbrook House that we were with a group, and we all saw this person walking around the grounds. In the end, he walked backwards and forwards twice in t-shirt and shorts in November. And in the end, we tapped on the window, and he looked at us, stared, and then walked off. And after talking to the curator that was running it, he said the gates were locked, there was no one else on the ground. So to this day, we don't know whether or not that was someone over the wall or
that's a great story, because I've been to Hinchinbrook House, and it is locked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can't get in unless you want to jump the 20-foot wall.
Oh no, huge, isn't it? Yeah. So almost impossible. So yeah.
So when I was there, the last time I was there, we had people a lot on breaks when we were outside in the grounds, and we saw someone on the top floor. As you look at the entrance, the top left room, which you can't get into,
right?
And there was no one in there, and they saw someone walking up and down and looking out.
Yeah.
There was more than one person had seen that, and I thought, wow, that's cool.
It's a really active place, isn't it? I love it there.
Yeah.
I'm back there in a month. Excited.
Oh, are you? So, obviously, you've seen your grandmother under your bed. Was that the first time, like, known to your family that you'd seen spirits, or has anyone else experienced anything similar to that
No,
you know of?
Not that I know of in my family. No, that was sort of never really been spoken about sort of before.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Because sometimes you can, like, your grandma is a psychic, or your nan, or your mum, you know, your dad, your brother. Quite often it's like a family thing, isn't it? It's passed down.
Yeah, but no, I don't know anyone else that has ever sort of. When I was a child, I don't know anyone else in my family that had ever seen anything.
You're the first of many. Who knows? Because you go out with your daughter, don't you? Investigating.
Yes, yeah.
What's her take on all of the paranormal?
Oh yeah, she loves it. She's sort of almost as obsessed as I am. Yeah, but my other daughter she's a bit too young though. So I've got 4 daughters, and
oh, okay, yeah.
The 2 of them are really interested.
Yeah. Has she ever seen anything? Your eldest that you go out with?
Yeah. Again, she's seen sort of shadow figures and things like that, but she's never seen a full bodied apparition yet, except the possible one at Hinchinbrook.
Yeah. Did she get into it because of you, is it?
Yeah, I think with Evie, I think it was a case of Mum's going out. What's she doing? I don't want to miss out.
Let me come. Yeah.
Yeah. So once you start looking for the answer of whatever it is we're looking for, I think it does become a bit of an obsession. And she went out once just to see what it was like, and then she's not looked back. She's out all the time.
That's I suppose that's nice to share experiences with your daughter, spend time with her.
Yeah.
I think that's good. I used to take my children out on like local ghost hunts, like the cemeteries and that round where we live, like from when they were, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that, and they loved it. Obviously, I'm there to help them and protect them, and make sure nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
But I really got that buzz. Like, I'm experiencing things that I love, doing something that I love, and I have my children with me, and they're enjoying it as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's lovely.
It's such a nice experience. Do you think she will carry on into her 20s and 30s? And
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
You could start your own paranormal team with all your daughters.
2 of them are not interested at all.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think they'd be happy to join.
No. Would you ever? Because obviously, I take it you are freelance as yourself when you go out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you ever join a team, like become a team member, etc.?
Yeah, I am part of Rising Phoenix. I was out with them last night. That is just a small private group. So I'm a member with them. Also, I sort of do work now with Just Paranormal as well. So I'm sort of a guest investigator with them. But I do have like my sort of regular people that come out with me that like to come out. So they're kind of, although I haven't got a team as such, they're part of my team, so to speak. They're always out with me. Yeah,
because one of your local haunts is RAF Upward, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been there many times back in the day when I first got into urbex.
Yeah.
And it's oh wow, there's an abandoned like RAF base. It's wicked. It's massive.
So big, yeah.
It is so big, yeah. And I saw pictures of that place online when it had the tanks there, or the tank.
Yeah.
And I went there looking for the tank. And was it there when I got there? No. It had been taken, and I was like, oh my God, that's the whole reason I've come here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that place is awesome. I love it.
So what's some of your experiences that you've had there?
Oh, so many. Because I literally live around the corner from there, so quite often I'll just sort of think, oh, I'll just pop to Upwood, and I just sort of walk round. You know,
Yeah.
reason to be there, just having a walk round, and I'll see shadows. People sort of when you look through the windows, the sort of, because it's just a shell, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You can see people or shadows moving around, and first of all, you think, well, there's obviously someone up there because it is quite a popular place. And you go into the building and there is no one in there. Quite recently, I went there with some of Brooks Paranormal and Nottinghamshire Paranormal Society. But we were in. There's one area that's particularly active. It's one of the. It's in the accommodation block. It's one of the rooms up in one of the accommodation blocks. I'd had activity up there before, but on this occasion we put a REM pod out in the really long corridor, and we were sat in the room.
Yeah.
And the REM pod, no, the K2 went off, or the cat ball went off next to it, and then the REM pod was pushed over, and there was no breeze, there was no.
Oh wow.
And it just got knocked straight over. It was on a flat surface. You know, we sort of tried to debunk it. You know, is it sitting wonky, or is there a strong breeze, and all these things? But yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Wow. Have they still got the aeroplane there? Is that gone? Like
No.
the top...
No, there's no aeroplane there now. It's looking really sorry for itself now, and it's not going to be there much longer. I think it is imminent that it's going to be knocked down.
Has some of it already been knocked down?
Yeah, quite a lot of it was knocked down quite a few years ago. The mortuary that was knocked down, the gym, the officer's house. I think it was called Hill House. I think it was a big house that sat out the front. That was knocked down quite some time ago. So,
'cause I remember when I went, there was construction work going on, and they had like port cabins set up and all building materials.
yeah.
So are they building on site then? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, so quite a lot of the area where places have been knocked down like quite a long time ago, they're all built on now. So what's left? There must be about 15 buildings left, 15 buildings left. But they're going to gradually knock them down. They said summer this year, so it's coming. But I imagine they'll do it in phases anyway, so you know there should be sort of some left when they've knocked some down. I hope.
Where else are you going to walk? But yeah, I hate it when they start knocking down these places. So I got St Crispin's Mental Asylum where I live.
Yes, I want to.
There's only 2 buildings left, the clock tower and the admin building. And when I used to be there every week, pretty much same as you at Upwood. And there was 3-story buildings that were so massive. The corridors just went on for take you 5-10 minutes to walk from one end to the other. And it was the most active place I've ever been to. Up to this day, still the most active. Apparitions, voices, bangs, things thrown at you on a consistent level.
Oh, that's amazing.
And they obviously they knocked it down, and they started building flats on there because the original site was absolutely ginormous.
Yeah.
And they've built a retirement home there even before I started going, because it shut in 95.
Right.
And the thing that annoys me is back in 95, they just shut up shop and walked off.
Right.
All the files, the beds, the chairs.
Wow.
Everything inside was just left there. You could walk in. And obviously not straight away, because you had to wait for the vandals to break the windows and break the doors, and then to board it up, and then people would pull it off. Yeah. But, you know, I was not into urbex or ghost hunting back in them days. And it was 13 years later, and I'm really, really gutted about that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that place, I love that place.
Yeah. It's sad when you find somewhere that you love and you want to go there, you want to be there, and then it's going to be new houses. It's just
I want to buy one.
Let me buy all of them.
I always wish that I'd won the lottery, and then I could buy the land, buy the building before they knocked it down, and I would like make it a bit safe and then put a proper secure like fence around it and rent it out to paranormal groups.
Exactly.
Because that was what I would have done.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. I love that idea.
But yeah, because I hadn't been to Crispin so long, they were doing building work, and then they'd finished, but run out of money or whatever, and because there used to be security on site, then they stopped, and then obviously people had made holes in fences, and I decided to go back there, and obviously there's just 2 buildings left, but the 2 buildings that were left, they weren't really that active before,
right?
But now obviously that's pretty much the only place you can really go to.
Yeah.
It was really hyped up, like the energy in there, and I think the first time I went back there I cried.
Oh.
Not because I was happy or sad.
Yeah,
it's what I was being affected in this under the clock tower. Yeah. And it was like, oh my god, the emotions that went through me was weird, very strange.
Accessible now, that building.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the admin building, which has 2 floors. Lots of rituals have been done in the basement in that building. So they are. We believe it's accessible at the moment to get back into.
Yeah, I feel it.
So I think I will be planning a trip to go back at some point. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, brilliant.
But yeah, do you think that having that emotional connection to a place helps when you're investigating?
Definitely, yeah. I think if you feel drawn to a place and you feel comfortable there and you want to be there, I feel that you've got some kind of connection, some sort of almost like base roots, to feel more when you're there.
Yeah.
You walk into somewhere and you think, don't like this place, or then I think you'll feel less, you pick up less.
So obviously apart from Upward, is there any other places that you've been to that you feel like that?
I felt I've become slightly obsessed with the Hellfire Caves. You were there when I was there, weren't you?
Yeah.
That place, I feel like I feel at home down there.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? Maybe
No.
Once before. I love that place, and I've only ever been there the once, but whenever I think about it, I go tingly, and the hairs stand up on the back of my neck, and I'm like, ooh, I need to go back.
Is that because you feel a connection, or it was really active when you went, or you like the history? What are you most?
I think I feel like some sort of connection, possibly. I'm not saying I was there in a past life or anything, but I just feel like I want to be there.
Yeah.
I just really like it.
It's definitely an interesting place. I've done it twice in the night time, but unfortunately, when you have a lot of people there, it is difficult.
Yeah,
for the sound, contaminated evidence. But I've been in the daytime when I used to take my children there, and quite often there's nobody in there apart from like yourself. And I used to take spirit box.
Sneak in.
Yeah. But yeah, do you think that the story is true down there with Suki and the local naughty children?
I think possibly, or sort of something based around that, even if it's obviously been tweaked over the centuries and things. But I reckon that the basis of the story is probably true.
Yeah, because there's lots of stories within the paranormal and locations, and even hauntings themselves that are exaggerated, that are made up, as it were. You only have to watch YouTube videos of, say, we use example of American YouTubers that come over to our locations. They change the history to make it demonic and make it scary for their audience. Is there any stories that you think are fake, or the hauntings probably didn't happen, that you've been aware of?
I think some of the things based around 30 East Drive, might be. I've been there 3 or 4 times now, and it's things happen, little things. I find it very there's just a very little tiny things, subtle things that happen there. But of course, people go there going, "Oh, it's the House of Horrors, and the Black Monk is going to drag you up the stairs," you know. And you get there, and you just hear a tap, and the REM pod goes off, and you're like, "Oh," you know. I think a lot of people go there with great expectations. And I'm not saying it's not a good place to go. I'll go back. You know, it's a great place to go, but it's not quite how it's portrayed to be, I think.
No, if you think that obviously the reports of the stories when it happened in the 70s, and there's a poltergeist, they only normally last on average of 6 months, don't they? A poltergeist within a house with a haunting. So if you say it's been 50 years since, you know, has that energy gone, do you reckon, within the house?
I don't feel anything bad at all at East Drive. I don't feel sort of threatened or any badness or certainly no evil or anything there.
No, I haven't personally. I've been 4 times with just a couple of people, and the best I've ever got was something on a spirit box. An accent from a little girl, and that was it. Yeah. With like for the local area, and you know, I had a couple of bangs. But nothing. Obviously, it's so hyped. It's investigated every single day for years upon years since Most Wanted went there. It's been basically booked out every night. Yeah. And that was like,
isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think that can get rid of all the energy that possibly could have been left? Because they're like, "Oh, you here again?" You know, I'm tired.
It may annoy them slightly because if you're communicating with someone, it's like someone coming in your house every day talking at you. You know, like, please. So it is nice to go to places that have never been investigated. That's interesting always.
Yeah. What? Without naming them, if you don't want to name them, obviously, because you want to keep them a secret. Has there any been that you've been to lately that are like what first time investigating and you thought, this is quite good?
Yeah, just last night I was at one. I can name it. It's on my Facebook page. Okay. The Royal Oak in Hale Weston, which is still Cambridgeshire, I think. And that was interesting. It was quite quiet. It wasn't a massively active night, but we had some interesting results with scrying and Estes method. Okay. But it was nice going. Like, I didn't know the history. I didn't know anything about the place. Obviously, it's not been investigated, so there was no reports or anything. And it was nice just to go in like completely fresh, and see what we got. It's quite interesting to do that.
So is that a pub? I take it.
Yeah.
Do you think that pubs have like a natural built-up energy from over the years of all the? Because obviously pubs are very active places. They have a lot of emotion in them. Yeah. Do you think that helps to make pubs haunted?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a place where people probably enjoyed being. You know, when you die, I think you like to be around places that you perhaps enjoyed being in. You know, where you spent some of your time.
Lots of memories.
Yeah. So I think that sort of helps. You wouldn't want to be in a
you want to be in a pub, yeah. So before you go out, just say tonight you're going out on investigation.
Yep.
You're getting ready. Do you have a pre-investigation ritual? Something that you have to do? Maybe a song you have to listen to, or to get you in the mood, you know?
Yeah, quite often it's really, really loud song.
Okay.
And it's either Zombies by the Cranberries.
Yeah.
Or Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, or both, one after the other. And
good. Nice.
We'll be really loud and we'll just scream our heads off in the car, whether it's just me and Evie or the other girls with me or anyone. And it goes on super loud, and we just sort of scream and like build ourselves up, get ourselves sort of excited, and try and build the energy. Otherwise, you're sitting in the car quiet, like you need that energy and that excitement to build up.
That's good. A lot of people don't really have one anymore. I used to have one. I used to listen to an example song from like 2013 because I went through a phase of, I've got to investigate again. Not because I didn't like it, but because I was tired from work or personal issues or whatever. Yeah. And I thought, I can't be asked, to go out. So I put this song. This song just come on in my car, and I'm like, ooh, it's like, right, let's go. I'm ready now. This is it. I'm ready, pumped up, ready to go investigate and talk to the dead.
Yeah, exactly. It really does help, though. It's like, when the songs are finished, there'll be others as well, after those two songs, but random ones. And it's just great. Once we've screamed our heads off to them, we feel great, and we're like, yeah, come on, road trip.
Yeah. I don't think there's nothing better than a road trip.
Oh yeah, the
going out with your mates, going on the hunt, going have some food on the way.
Yeah, we're doing that this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can't wait.
Where are you off to this weekend?
We're off to the Doll's House in Kent, in Sheerness, Kent.
Okay.
There's 6 of us going.
Oh, nice.
I've not heard a lot about the Doll's House, so I don't know if it is going to end up being just a fun weekend with 6 of us going crazy in a house, or if it's going to be active. But it'll be fun, whatever.
That's what I mean. There's nothing wrong with that. It's about making memories,
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Do you ever get really upset if nothing happens?
No. Because I think like last night was very quiet, but I met up with some great people in an awesome building. I mean, some of the buildings we get to go in like alone when they're usually really busy. Some of the places we go are just amazing, and to be in that building when it's not open to the public and not busy and things like that, to me that's an honour. I'm just pleased with that, and activity is a bonus. That's just an extra, really. Like, yay.
Yeah, that is one of the things that I really enjoy. Like you say, I've been here, I've been there. It's like, what? Yeah. When it's closed, it's like, yeah,
exactly. You have a whole castle to yourself. There's like 10 of you. You're in this castle. You're like, oh my god, it's amazing.
All the history and yeah. Did you like history at school? Is that why one of the things you enjoy?
Yeah, love history. And I home educate the kids, so all my little outings that I do during the week, they're sort of English heritage and national trust places, and it's great because I can do like a little video and bits for my page, and then I'm sort of doing the home education for the kids as well. So it's great.
Oh wow.
There's one stone.
That's brilliant. I love that.
Yeah, they love it. So it's all good.
Oh wow. Now I did see that you'd been to somewhere quite special, or I think it's special anyway, in London recently. To a certain Highgate Cemetery, yeah, place I've always wanted to go to.
Oh my god. Just as you said that, my whole body has just gone all tingly. Well, it was just absolutely amazing. When I walked into the, I think it's the west side, that's the oldest side. When I walked through the gate, you sort of go under an arch and up some stairs. It literally took my breath away. I was like, whoa. And walking around the catacombs and that, it's just amazing. I could have just wandered around it for days on end, just take a backpack with some food and drink and just leave me there. It was amazing.
Is it true that you're not allowed to investigate there?
I don't know. I've heard you're not allowed. I mean, I didn't take anything or do any investigating, just because I wasn't sure if we could. So I thought I won't do anything. But I don't know. I mean, the place is so big. I think we came across like 3 people the whole time we were there. Although there was lots of people around the entrance sort of paying to go in and stuff. But once you're in, it's so big that you hardly spot anyone.
Do you have to pay?
Yeah, I think it's you can pay for the east side or the west side. You can't pay for the west side by itself. So if you want to go in the west side, you've got to pay for the east side as well. So
okay.
I think it was £10 for adults and 6 for children, I think. But I don't care if it's 40 quid, I would have paid. I was going in there.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of some of the graves and the headstones there, and they look amazing.
They are just like, you can't believe just how like grand they are. It is just wow. It really is. So, and it's just, everything is so still and so tranquil. You could hear a penny drop. It's just so perfect and beautiful. If the cemetery can be beautiful.
Of course it can.
Yeah, I think they are.
I work in a cemetery, so I love it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a grave digger.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
one of my favourite places just to relax.
Yeah.
It is so peaceful. I always say, if I was an animal, I'd want to live in a cemetery.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, quite often before an investigation, I'll go if I'm not leaving too early on the Saturday. If it's not sort of a long drive, then I'll go and have a walk around the cemetery, one of the local cemeteries, and just half an hour, and it just clears your head and gets rid of any other thoughts you've had during the day. You know, just clear your head, and then come home, get in the car, drive off, put my crazy songs on, and off I go.
Yeah, it sort of like tunes in, isn't it, beforehand? Yeah. Like you're in the cemetery, you're tuning in, like, we're going to do this soon. Spirits, you know, I'm ready, I'm opening up. Exactly, yeah. But do you think that cemeteries are haunted?
Possibly. Probably just as much as anywhere else.
Because people always say, oh, why would the cemetery or a graveyard be haunted? Because it's just the body there that, you know, they didn't die there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know, but I guess we like being in a cemetery, so therefore, why wouldn't you like to wander around? You know, when you're dead.
I've found some of the most active places that I've investigated are cemeteries.
Yeah.
There's one near me, Boughton Cemetery, St John's Church ruins.
Yeah.
That place, I saw my first spirit there. A little boy poked his head around a corner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've seen a monk. I've seen a woman in robes. I've seen a headless man there walking.
Wow.
I've seen that place is, you know, it's up there. It's so active.
Yeah.
And you see so much done. And not when you're just walking in and you see someone stood there and then they vanish. It's like, what?
Yeah. Where do they go?
Yeah. So I'm very much on the side of, yes, they can be haunted for whatever reason. It could be the land beforehand, could be the land close by. Yeah.
It may have been like their pathway through to somewhere else, you know, at some point. So yeah, definitely. I'd certainly say, I certainly wouldn't say they're not haunted.
No, but they could also be going there to meet the people that are going there in the living.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people always say when you go on investigations, like public events, it's active because you've brought spirits with you from wherever you live, because they know you are going to open up and try and communicate, and they need to try and get a message to you.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know, do you think that? Have you been to Greyfriars Cemetery in Edinburgh?
No, I haven't.
No. Have you heard about it? You heard about it though.
Is that I've heard about the story of the dog, the Greyfriars dog.
Yeah, Greyfriars Bobby. Yeah.
Bobby, yes, yeah. I've heard the story of that, but I don't know much else about it.
Yeah, it's the headstones are like the size of a house.
Oh wow.
In there, they are very old. Wow. If you ever, I mean, I put it similar to Highgate with some of the gravestones and headstones, but yeah, some of them you're just looking up and they're like, wow.
Oh, amazing! I need to go there now as well.
Yeah, put it on your list. You know. So if you could do a road trip within the UK and you had so many locations, what sort of area would you go to?
I would
locations.
Like to go down towards sort of Cornwall, down not so much the really big popular place like Bodmin and Jamaica Inn. Although I would like to go to them, but I'd like to go to some of the sort of the really small, less known places down Cornwall way, Devon and Cornwall. That would be nice. I love it down there.
Yeah, it'd be a nice road trip as well.
It would, certainly would.
Get a pasty.
yeah. Well, I'm down there in September for 10 days. That's okay with the family though. But I'm sure they'll, sneaky bits.
But just nipping off to speak to the dead. So I've seen that you recently were in, or not recently, but you have been to the British Schools Museum in Hitchin.
Yep.
What did you think of that place?
I like that. There's always activity there when I've been. I think that was probably the 4th time I've been. I'm going again in September as well. There's always been activity there. We were affected this time in the small school room with the slanted floor.
Yeah.
The small one, the tiered one. There was 6 of us in there, and I ended up sitting there in tears.
Oh wow!
4 people had to walk out because they said they couldn't stand the feeling anymore. They felt sick and ill, and then a couple of people, the other 2, felt a bit strange, but they were sitting it out. So that was quite heavy in there, and the headmaster's house is always quite good.
Didn't the headmaster die in there?
I believe so.
In the chair, like in The Conjuring 2.
He died there, didn't he? Because I think the new headmaster that took the school over allowed the old headmaster to stay there until he passed away.
Oh, okay.
And then, he died there. And then I think the new headmaster sort of took over after that. So I believe.
Yeah, I've only been there once, and I was blown away by it. I thought, wow, especially in the is it the boys area?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit more active than the female area that was upstairs.
A lot of intelligent responses there. When you ask for something, you often get, if you ask for it to go near something and make it light up or tap or bang, it's always usually an intelligent response there.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a place that you've had, well, not nothing, but a place where you just wouldn't go back?
You know what? No, I'd go back anyway, because if I had nothing, then I'd want to go back. I'd say at least one more time, if not a couple of times, because I think sometimes it depends on the energy of the people you're with, what methods you've used. So I'd be tempted to go back again, possibly change the group up a little bit and try different methods. And then after that, if I got nothing at all, then I might start to think, well, perhaps it's not haunted, yeah.
Do you think that spirits know your intentions?
In most cases, I think in a lot of cases where the places are investigated regularly, I think they understand why we're there. I always think it's important to introduce yourself and explain what you're going to do, because it's the same as it. While you're living, if I walked into your front room and just started doing stuff, whoa, hang on. But if I walked in and said, hello, my name's Emily, I'm going to be doing this, then you'd be a little bit more accepting of it.
Yeah. Do you think that it's okay to provoke?
No.
Said bad spirits, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I've never come across any sort of really bad spirits. So there's some grumpy ones, angry ones, sort of normal, like we are in everyday life.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't provoke anyone. I wouldn't do it to someone living. So
no.
I wouldn't do it to spirit either.
Because you do see a lot of people on TV doing that. Yeah. Well, one in particular with glasses.
Yes.
And has a museum. He's always like, right, demon. It's always a demon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And every location's got a demon in America. It's crazy. I mean, they must be, they need some more churches out there, I think.
Definitely.
But he yeah, he just, all he does is provoke.
Yeah.
And I don't always, I mean, I suppose if they're an alleged evil or bad spirit that did bad things to people and they supposedly still haunt there, you know, if you saw that person in real life and they were horrible to people, you wouldn't be nice to them, I suppose. But
yeah, I suppose there are some circumstances where you might possibly want to, but I can't see me coming across anything sort of in the face that I know, you know, where I'd want to do that.
To be fair, I don't really believe in all that anyway, to be fair.
No.
It's like you say, it's either a good spirit or a bad spirit, a good person or a bad person in life.
Yeah.
You know, and if that's what happens, we pass over as energy and as our soul, our spirit, then we'll probably just be the same as we were in life.
Exactly. Yeah. If you were a grumpy, miserable old person, you're gonna, if that's how you were, that's how you were, how your makeup was, then you're gonna be grumpy and miserable, aren't you, in spirit?
Yeah,
I guess.
So I've got a reason for asking this. Do you do like film for YouTube, anything like that?
No.
So this is where I was heading with this. So most of your investigations, you do live streaming, don't you? Yeah. So is that on Facebook?
It is.
Yeah. Do you think that is like the new YouTube, where people are just live streaming rather than filming, editing? It takes so long, you know.
Possibly. I mean, I would like to do YouTube, but to be honest, I don't have a great deal of time in between everything I do. I'm always on the go, constantly. And to sit down at a computer and edit, I don't find time. Whereas if I can just flick the camera on, it's filming everything we're doing there and then. It's raw, it's there. If you can watch it, great at the time. If not, catch up, watch it later. And I think that it sort of suits me because I haven't got the time to sort of sit and edit. So I'm not very techie either, really, with things like that. I wouldn't know how to. I'm like, what's that to do? So it's just easier for me because I can do it. It's there, and I don't have to sort of get home and worry about doing it all.
No. Yeah, well, I quite like people's lives and your lives. When you sit down, you're scrolling because everyone's always on their phone, and it's like, oh, Emily's live, and I'm like, oh, cool. You know, I do, like you say, I do think it is convenient for the watcher as well. To be fair, because it's like you're probably going to advertise that you're going out or you've just arrived at a location with some pictures or whatever. Yeah. And I think it's really good. And to be fair, I wish I did lives, but I can't do it. I have to film for YouTube, and that's my personal choice. It takes ages to edit, and it does my head in, you know. But I do occasionally like go live, but very rarely. But I do like the concept, and I do think it's easy and it's in the moment.
Yeah, and it's nice as well because quite often, if I've got the camera positioned so I can see the comments, quite often it involves me like leaning forward and staring into the camera to see them.
Hello.
It's quite good because someone might point something out that I've missed, or they might say, "Oh, we heard this," you know, and it's quite good to sort of interact with people as well, which is great because I love interacting and chatting and meeting people and stuff. So it's great.
Yeah. So how long have you had your like paranormal page up?
I think it must be about 2 years now.
Yeah, because
I was putting everything on my own page, and some of my friends that are sort of not into this sort of thing, they're like, "Can you please stop posting this rubbish?" And I was like, "Right, I'll put this up," and it wasn't meant to go anywhere. It was just meant to be a little. I'll put where I'm going on there. So for me, really, sort of rather than writing down the report, I put it on there, and then I've got everything logged down, and then people just kept following me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is a thing," and I just went with it. So
yeah, because your page is got quite a lot of followers, hasn't it? It's like really shut up.
Yeah,
and I think like you say, the interaction with your lives and people associate you with live investigating, which is really good. and they know that you're going to get them involved, like you say, with the comments.
Yeah.
It seems to be an algorithm that seems to work.
Yeah. I love that live interaction, and that is just I enjoy it. Yeah.
So one of the places that we went to recently was the Old Nick Theatre and Police Station in Gainsborough. Yeah. Had you been there before?
No.
No, nor had I. How did you feel the night went? Because I believe, or I hear, you had a very special thing happen in the theatre.
Yes. Yeah. I must admit, this is probably the most active investigation I've ever done. It was absolutely amazing. I didn't sleep at all. We were going for, we were there like 14 or 15 hours, and I didn't even sleep one wink. I was awake the whole night. We had a seat go down in the theatre. So we were sat over, I think 3 of us were sat over one side, and then 3 or 4 were sat the other side, but nowhere near this particular seat. It was a front row seat. I think it was B13 or A13, I think it was, A13. Mm-hmm. And the seat, as you know, when you push them down, you have to put weight on them and they spring back up, don't they?
Yeah.
And this seat went down right in front of our eyes. It went down, and I think it must have been about 3 seconds, and then it slowly went back up again. And no one was sitting behind it, because you think someone put their foot behind and, lever it up. No one was sat behind it or beside it. They were sort of 2 or 3 rows back. And we just went, oh my God, did you see that? And it was amazing that more than one of us witnessed it. So it was like we all saw it, and the ones that couldn't see it heard it, and that was amazing.
Yeah, that's like the Holy Grail.
Isn't it? Yeah, it was amazing. But we didn't catch it on film, unfortunately. The camera was pointing the other way.
Yeah, that's always the way. Do you think that you're not supposed to capture these things until it's like, and the same as you're not supposed to capture a ghost or a spirit on video, because it's meant to be special, like for when you pass. Yeah,
very possibly, because it always seems that if you're filming, you'll turn the camera off, and then the best thing ever happens, or it's pointing the wrong way, or you're chatting between yourselves and you miss something, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. How did you think the rest of the building was?
The cells, I thought, were fairly quiet. We had bits and pieces, but the other great thing we had was in the theatre again, and that was I think everyone else had gone home, except I think Keith and Steve were left. They were asleep, and then me and Evie woke them up, because we were we put some stuff out in this theatre area, and we had some intelligent responses from who we believe to be a little, young lad, I think probably about 13, 14, something like that. And every single time we asked a question and asked it 1 beat for yes, 2 for no, that type of thing, it was intelligent every single time, an intelligent response, exactly as we wanted it. And then we started singing, and I think it was If You're Happy and You Know It, Beat the Box. And the REM pod went beep, beep at the end. We're like, no way.
Wow.
That was amazing. And it went on solid for about 20 minutes. And we were laughing, because like this isn't real. Obviously this REM pod must be like remote controlled by someone or something. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah.
What keeps you going? Like, if you have a bad couple of investigations, not bad, but like not really active, what keeps you going to keep going and having no sleep, driving to all these places?
Well, the next place, and also just the people, the friends, and the people that I work with and meet with. I've made so many like really good, really special friends, and it's like I feel honoured to be in their circles and work with them, and that's lovely.
Yeah, they are. We are a strange bunch, aren't we?
So well.
But yeah, I do. But there are a lot of toxic people in this field. I'm sure you've
but
experienced that.
Like, I don't do drama and I don't do toxic stuff. So anything that I just don't put anything like that on my page. If anyone says anything to me, it just goes in there, out there, gone.
Yeah,
I don't do that, and that's it. I love everyone. I'll work with anyone. I'll work with anyone's techniques and methods, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think the paranormal field is at the moment as a whole?
To be honest, I don't like. I do really do keep out of all the other stuff. I do hear things from other people, but I do tend to sort of to not listen, because you do hear people saying, "Oh, have you seen so and so? They're doing this and they're doing that." And I think to myself in the back of my, I don't comment, and I think, but that's okay. They can do that. That's their way of doing it. That's fine. Let them do it. They're not harming you, But I think there is a lot of, I've experienced some nastiness myself, and it's not nice. It's not nice at all.
No. Was that early on or recently?
No, recently-ish, sort of for 6 months or so ago. Removed from a group that I was going out with, because Emily Paranormal got too big and they didn't like it, and people didn't like me. And I was like, oh, okay, but that's fine. No, you don't have to like me. No. Everyone has an opinion, and you can't get on and like everyone. But if you don't like someone or you don't want to get on with them, just leave them alone. You don't need to try and cause trouble. You think, oh, I'm not sure I gel with that person, and then just move on. So, but some people don't like to do that, so I try and steer clear of those people.
I think it's best just to say whatever,
Yeah, exactly. I don't fire back or do anything. I'm just so chilled. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's definitely the best way to be. I mean, we've all been there, like you say, working with people. It's the green-eyed monster, whether it's a location that you can't get into, but they've got better pictures than you, they've got better EVPs than you. Yeah. They're working with people that won't work with you.
Yeah.
And it is quite pathetic, really.
Yeah.
And childish.
Yeah. So I know some people don't share locations, but
no, they don't.
People can use my pictures. They can. If someone rings me up and goes, "Oh, you got contact details for so and so?" Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, why would I not? It's a place that everyone can go to. So just share it, help each other. Yeah, we're all doing the same thing. So, like, we're all doing the same job, although we might do it in different ways, but we want the same result. So help each other. That's
what do you think about parameets and the conventions and stuff? Do you think they're a positive side of the paranormal?
I think so, yeah. I went to the Parameet recently in Hinckley.
Oh, you did the Midlands one?
Yeah, and I loved it because I sort of talk to people on my page, and then you sort of know them from Facebook, and then I went, oh, hi, and it's brilliant. I love meeting people and listening to people's stories and learning new techniques and hearing about different places. So I think they're a great idea. Definitely.
Yeah, I went to the South one, and I've never been to one before. It's the first one I've ever been to.
Yeah, me too.
And I just thought, like you, oh, hello, I know you online, but I've never met you.
Yeah.
And you build that connection, like you've known them for I don't know, 3-4 years, and it's like, wow. Yeah. It's like you've known them for so long.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the talks, and not everybody does exactly the same as me, and that's great because the variety is good. They investigate they have different theories, different ideas, they use different equipment, and I just think, wow, it was I came out of it from the 2 days with such a positive feeling towards the paranormal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think you had Barry John on recently, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah,
last week. Yeah.
he did a talk at the Paramount, and that had me in tears. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was some of the things that he was saying were so positive and like empowering, and just really sort of touched the chord. You know, I was like, oh, he's amazing. Yeah.
I would say that, should I say it, the people that go to these conventions, that put themselves out there, that buy the tickets to go, that enjoy the talks, that are trying to change the toxic atmosphere,
Yeah.
I think, and try and create a positive outlook for the paranormal.
Yeah.
I just think those, in a way, they're the people that matter, not these teams that bitch and argue and are jealous. You know, if they're going to be like that, you go away. You know, I really don't think, get involved, enjoy it. You know, you might change your outlook on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go and be miserable in the other corner.
Exactly. It's like, you know, get involved, or, you know, jog on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the happy corner.
That's the best. You know, that's the best place to be.
Definitely.
So, what's been your proudest moment within the field so far?
Proudest moment, crikey. Just I think it's probably it's going to have to be going down into the vault. Well, it's the Montague's vault at Kimbolton Castle. So in the church in Kimbolton Castle, I was asked by Lord Montague to catalogue the coffins in the vault.
Wow.
If you class that as if the paranormal field, then I was so honoured and proud to go down and do that job for him. So it was absolutely amazing. I was having to sort of climb over and lay on top of the coffins, sort of dating from the 1500s, I think was the earliest one.
Yeah.
And I'm laying there and I'm going, oh, I'm so sorry, I do apologise. I'm sorry. I looked a bit crazy. But to think they're all countesses and lords and dukes and duchesses, and I was in there with all these people, and these amazing people. And then I read up about some of the life of some of them, the lives they led, and there were two little girls down there, twins, and they died 3 years apart from the I think it was tuberculosis. I think they had. And I just felt such a connection with them after reading so much and watching YouTube videos about their lives, and then down there with them. That was like, I was so proud, and I had a certificate as well to say thank you from the Duke of Manchester and Lord Montague. So that was amazing.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, amazing.
So was that while you were investigating as well?
No, he did say I could do some investigating down there, and I did.
No. I mean, you were doing paranormal stuff. I mean, but obviously not on that day.
Yeah, no. This was just a job that I was asked to do.
Yeah.
So it wasn't sort of linked to doing any paranormal, but yeah, we did do a little bit down there.
Yeah. So it wasn't before you got involved with the paranormal then.
No. This was in December, like.
Okay.
So yeah, recently.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That is.
Yeah.
Were they, like you say, were the coffins like stacked on top of each other, or were they?
Yeah, to a certain degree, sort of. Some coffins right at the far back obviously were sort of stacked, and then as they come forward, they were sort of just too high, and then the more modern ones, obviously, as they sort of got a bit sort of less of an age. They were sort of singular, and then there was obviously the even more recent ones were just ashes in little boxes. Yeah.
Oh wow!
It was amazing.
Yeah. It is amazing where the paranormal can lead you to.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, whether you're investigating or not.
Yeah. So anything like that is just. It was my dream job. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
So obviously you use equipment what has been your favourite piece of equipment that you've used so far? And
What
is your best equipment?
I really like to use Spirit Board, but
Okay.
obviously with people you trust and you know, everyone that comes out with me, I trust. So we know we're not going to sit and cheat. I would rather sit there for half an hour with nothing at all, than cheat, because it's pointless. But the Spirit Board I like because you can get information that you can sort of walk away with and then research later on. So if you're getting names, dates and things like that, you've got a log of them, and then you can use it later to see what you can research. So,
do you think they're scary and they should be feared?
No, not at all. No way. No, I think if the important thing is to use it with good intention. Always use it in truth, love and light. Open it and close it, and then I can't see there being any problems at all.
Yeah, it's just, do you think Hollywood has changed the outlook for a Ouija board or a Spirit Board?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Have you ever had any bad experiences while using one?
Not while using the Spirit Board, no. Not. I see it as no different to any other tool. If you're scrying or if you're using a pendulum, they're all tools for communication, and I sort of don't see it any different to any other tool. As long as you use it respectfully, then I can't see it being any different.
No. So is there any others, or is that your one? Here's a question: do you collect Ouija boards? I used to collect them, because you get some amazing looking Ouija boards. Do you have a wide collection of them, or is it just like your favourite one and that's who you use?
I think I have 8 Spirit Boards now.
8?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of them I had made for me out of oak, and it's big and it's thick, and it's beautiful piece of wood, but it's really, really heavy. So that doesn't come out with me very often, although I love it. I've got one made out of acacia wood, which is a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner. That comes sometimes. I've got a glow in the dark one.
Standard.
Yeah. I've got like round ones and square ones. Yeah. So quite a few different ones. I've got a resin one.
Oh, nice. What with the glass top?
No, this one was from Revenant Resin. Which is Ames Slaney from Haunted Antiques Research Centre. Yeah, she has some beautiful boards, so I've got one of those.
Oh wow, I didn't know she did boards. I knew she did little resin items and that. I didn't know she did Spirit Boards though.
Well, take a look. She's got some beautiful boards. Most of them glow in the dark as well, so bonus.
Oh wow, I'm going back there soon, so hopefully I'll have a look.
Yeah, brilliant.
So so I've got a couple of questions left for you.
Yeah.
First one, bucket list location. Anywhere in the world. We're getting on a plane in 10 minutes. Emily, where are we going?
Oh gosh, I think it would have to be. It's a really hard one because there's so many going ahead.
Name a couple then.
Salem.
Yeah.
And oh my god, which ones will I pick? I can see them now. They're going. It'd have to be one of the big asylums in America. All of them, actually. We couldn't do one. We'd have to do all of them. It's going to be a long trip.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I want to go and do one of the big asylums. One day I will go to America, and I will do one day when the children have grown up and left home.
That'd be an amazing trip.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And my last question for you on this interview: if you could get rid of one thing in the paranormal, it's gone today, see you later, what would it be?
The nastiness and bullying, that type of thing. Anything negative, because I think, well, the world in general would be a nicer place, but certainly the paranormal community would be a lot nicer if everybody could either accept each other or just leave each other alone. If you don't want to accept someone, because we don't all have to be friends and accept each other if we don't want to be, but we're adults, so we just need to walk away from people if we don't if we don't want to. I mean, I love everyone, so I don't walk away from anyone, but it's just, I think if we could get rid of the nastiness and bullying, then it would be perfect.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, to be fair. That is quite a common one that people choose.
Yeah.
And I think hopefully one day it will happen.
Fingers crossed.
Who knows? So, Emily, how can people get in contact with you on social media?
It's on the Facebook page, Emily_Paranormal. There is I think you can do Messenger, or there is a WhatsApp option on there, I think. So, just go on.
Awesome. So, again, thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Thank you for having me.
It's been awesome, and I will see you another time on one of your lives, maybe, or at a location.
Yep, definitely.
Cheers, Emily.
Thank you.
Bye. So there we go, guys. What an awesome guest. Emily is the up-and-coming queen of the paranormal. Go and check her out on Facebook. Go watch her lives. It makes sense. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. It's been an honour. Please go and subscribe to the channel. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Make sure you like the Instagram page. And I'll see you next week and another awesome guest. See you later.